Hello, everyone. The question people are asking is that did they fly Tinubu out for medical attention, or is it holiday the way they are claiming? Showore talked about briefly. He said Nigeria governed by sick people. Showore alleges Tinubu Akpabio are unwell. Says president, definitely not my president, flown abroad for medical reasons. In a post on his ex formerly Twitter account on Sunday, Showore stated that Tinubu's health condition necessitated the trip, arguing that the president, definitely not my president, was merely managing himself before his sudden departure. I think I also saw a video where people were asking, he was using his left hand to shake people, and people were asking what was wrong with his right hand. He was holding his right hand stiffly by himself. Why you never can say with Tinubu anything it's there for him to use, probably faking it, or it's something happened or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, we live in a country where people who are elected into office and those who rig themselves into office are not accountable to the people, and they don't think that there's anything they need to share. And most times, they just do their own thing in terms of their health status, and it's always about lying about it and all of that. But one of the things that struck people about the recent travels that he did was the fact that Nigeria has been on the global map as a place where people come over for holiday for the dirty December, and so many things going on. He was at the Eyo festival. That's the festival where you saw him being there, and of course hoodlums. Hoodlum rigged and are in power. So there's hoodlumism is what is reigning in Nigeria, currently. And there was a fight that broke out, even though some people were like, the fight broke out after Tinubu had left. I'm like, Nigerian presidency has been so reduced to nothing, because I can't imagine that a place where a president is supposed to have been, if not for this, if Nigeria had a president, if not for this whole rigged thing where everything the office of the presidency has just been reduced to nothing. Otherwise, for a president to have been at a place, there's no how they would say that hoodlums started doing things. They were brandishing weapons, they were hitting, they were doing. How did they get in there in the first place? How was there no check before people, went into that particular thing? How were there anybody able to have carried any form of arms into that place without, proper checking, where a supposed president of Nigeria was supposed to be in there? But hey, when you rig election, you just be there. You can never own that particular office there. And after that, you did see where it was said that he had been taking, he's going on holiday about himself. So according to Sahara reporters here, Showore also raised concerns about the health of Senate President Godswill Akpabio, alleging that he's gravely ill, and questioned why the country continues to be governed by leaders battling serious health challenges. And this thing I think this is a question that Nigerians really need to ask themselves, because now you also see, as we're going into 2027, a lot of people are just like, it's only this, it's only that. Somehow, some of these places, Nigerians are the cause of them. Some of them, you also cannot blame Nigerians, because they do everything not to vote for these people. They somehow rig themselves into office. Akpabio, the person that helped Akpabio, the professor that helped Akpabio rig office in 2019, has been sentenced to jail. But Akpabio is still there enjoying. He was not stripped of anything of that, even though he come out to deny that he had anything to do with it. But we all know that this man didn't just wake up and was rigging Akpabio in just because he felt like rigging and changing, the numbers. Nigeria's Bola Ahmed Tinubu is unwell, just managing himself. Reason he's abruptly flown to Europe today, as Senator Akpabio is practically dying. Why is Nigeria governed by sick people? Showore wrote. And the most sickening thing of this all is the fact that these people are not even embarrassed enough to say, okay, we are sick. Can we put in something here in Nigeria and fly in whatever doctors we need, whatever expense we need, and just be selfish and do it for yourself? They can't even do that. They don't even see the shame of every time you have issues, you have to be flown abroad and stuff like that. And they think it's something of a class, it's something of this thing, air ambulance. Oh, we use air ambulance, we use air ambulance, we use air ambulance. It's just so crazy. They don't even say, they can't even say, okay, why don't we build a world-class hospital here, bring all the doctors and let them treat us here, and at the end of the day, but of course, you know what it is now. If they build that kind of a hospital here, it then would mean that other people will have access to it. These people are so wicked in their souls that they would rather every other person die while they continue to be the ones hanging on. And whereas nothing is wrong with illness, it is callous to use a country as insurance, health insurance for sick leaders. That's it. Every one of us, we have sicknesses in our body. I mean, every one of us, we can be affected. It doesn't matter your age. You can be 20, you can be 50, you can be 80. Somebody that is 90 something, there's no guarantee that he's going to die first before you because you are 20 something or 50 something. So it has nothing to do with it. But everything is the deceit that it's annoying. It's the lies that they tell. All of a sudden, they've written book about Buhari and they are telling you that, oh, how he was sick. The same person, when he was sick, we were being abused for saying that he was sick. I remember in 2017 when I said Buhari should resign. I think that was when I really got my first real life threat, as in the ones they were not the ones of mouth talk on social media, stuff like that. They were really going to kill you. There was this, they were call for my death and everything just because I said Buhari should resign. Okay, sure he didn't resign. Everybody don't chop more than breakfast myself. Earlier on Sunday, Sahara reporters reported that Tinubu had departed Lagos for a trip to Europe. A statement issued by Bayo Onanuga, special advisor to him on information and strategy, on Sunday described his trip as continuation of his end-of-year break and ahead of his trip to Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. While Tinubu's specific European destination was officially withheld, can you imagine? Sahara reporters had repeatedly reported that his previous trip to Paris, were in reality disguised medical trips. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates, has invited Tinubu to participate in the 2026 edition of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week Summit, which will take place in the Emirates early in January. The week-long summit is an annual event that mobilizes leaders from government, businesses, society to chart the next era of sustainable development. While the Nexus of Nest, all systems go, the ADSW will connect ambition with action across innovation, finance, people, showcasing how the world can move forward with confidence. This is where they invited Tinubu. Waste of seat. Thank you so much for watching.